If you are taking certain medications or undergoing common medical treatments without realizing the risks, then you are almost certainly putting your kidneys in danger. These 7 everyday drugs and procedures could be doing more harm than you think. Take NSAIDs, for instance, drugs like ibuprofen and naproxen. They're great for pain relief and reducing inflammation temporarily, but without proper guidance, they can really harm your kidneys in the long term. This is especially true if you have conditions like chronic kidney disease or diabetes. Most of you actually don't even know that you have chronic kidney disease because nobody tells you. So you have to ask the question. These meds can block substances that cause pain and inflammation, which is good, right, when you're in pain. But they also cut the blood flow to your kidneys, which could affect their function. I have so many patients who succumbed to their own kidney failure, and nobody thought to stop their daily NSAID meds. For example, I will see a kidney patient, they're stage 4 kidney disease, and they are still on NSAIDs for years, and nobody said, "What are you doing? Taking these every day is killing your kidneys." Sad, but it is a reality in the US and other countries. There are many more you need to be aware of, so let's keep discovering. Number 5, antibiotics. Everybody thinks antibiotics are just fine, right? Well, antibiotics and kidney health is like directly related. Antibiotics are medicines that will help you fight infections if you have them. A lot of people take antibiotics without infections. They assume they have infections, like cold, common cold. People keep taking antibacterials. They are very helpful when you're really sick. Let's say you have pneumonia, you're in the hospital, of course you need them. However, not all antibiotics are good for your kidneys. For example, aminoglycosides and vancomycin might hurt your kidneys. If you take antibiotics for a long time, or if you already have kidney problems, you should be careful. Also, antibiotics do not work on viruses, like I said. Viruses cause colds and flu all the time, so stop taking antibiotics. It won't help. Actually, it kills the good bacteria in your gut, and your gut health goes down. When your gut health goes down, guess what? Everything goes down. Using antibiotics when you don't need them will mess up everything. And it can even lead to what we call leaky gut, because the bacteria creates a protective layer in your gut. And when a leaky gut happens, the bad things enter your blood and makes your kidneys' job harder and make your kidneys work harder. Number 4, diuretics and kidney function. Now, diuretics are water pills, right? Doctors will give it to you for high blood pressure and if you have, too much fluid in your body and so forth. Now, these pills, these water pills, help your body get rid of the extra water and salt. But if you use too much, they can be bad for our kidneys. They can make us become dehydrated, which means we don't get enough water in our body. They also can cause problems with the amount of minerals we need, like salt and potassium and magnesium. Now, some people also will mix different diuretics, like furosemide or Jardiance, which is not directly a diuretic, but it's actually a diabetes medicine that works like a diuretic. So it is tricky. So you have to be really careful not to take too much of these things that will dehydrate, or you have to stay really well hydrated. Look at your urine. If your urine is dark colored, you're dehydrated. If there's no color in your urine, then you're overhydrated. If you are seeing a light yellow color, that's where you want to be. By the way, you can download a free guide on how to keep your kidneys safe from harm from these medications. The guide is in the link provided in the description and in the pinned comment. Number 3, proton pump inhibitors like Protonics, omeprazole, and things like that. Now, these medicines they will reduce the acid reflux or acid overall in your stomach. And by the way, acid in your stomach is very important to digest protein and to digest everything correctly. So yes, it reduces your symptoms, but it actually messes up with a lot of things. When the protein is not digested correctly in your stomach, it will go to the intestine undigested, and the bad bacteria will thrive on it, and that's going to cause leaky gut. Now, as you know, that causes burning feeling, and people don't want to feel that. Well, these medicines can be helpful for short term, but they can also affect your kidneys if you use them for too long. I see patients who have been on these medications for decades. Now, proton pump inhibitors change the acidity in your stomach, like I said, but it can make also not just proteins, but even other vitamins and minerals to be harder to digest. Now, when this happens, it can cause stress in your kidneys because you think that you're taking vitamins, you think that you're eating right, but then you're not absorbing the vitamins. Now, some studies say that PPIs like omeprazole, etc., or Nexium, if you take them for a long time, there is something called interstitial nephritis, a type of kidney damage that you will get. This is when your kidneys really get inflamed and swollen. Again, they can change the bacteria in your gut, which will also lead to more inflammation in your body, not just in your kidneys. Now, medicines can make us feel better. We know that. But we need to be careful. It is important to watch how much we take so our kidneys stay healthy. If you have any questions, by the way, let me know because I will answer them at the end. Thanks for listening. Now, number 2, contrast media with imaging studies. As you know, in recent years, more and more doctors have been asking for imaging studies like CT scans and MRI scans. One of the reasons is patients ask for it. The other reason is for liability purposes. Doctors just want to order these things because, the liability, they don't want to miss anything. And that is costing us a lot of wasted time and money. And these contrast media is also actually harming you. There are different medical problems, of course, and they are super helpful when it's really needed. But excessive usage of these imaging and contrast media can affect your kidney health. Now, the special dyes used in these scans can hurt your kidney, especially true for people who already have kidney problems. There is a condition actually called in the literature contrast-induced nephropathy. Nephropathy means kidney damage. This happens when kidneys get hurt after using these dyes. It shows why we should be careful. We need to think about the risks before we use any scans. Now, that's why we always tell people, stop metformin before any contrast, because metformin can damage your kidneys in this setting. But also, you need to drink a lot of water so you can flush out that contrast material to reduce the damage to your kidneys. Always ask your doctor, is this scan really necessary? Or are we just doing it just to do it, right? Sometimes there are other ways to actually find out what's wrong. For example, sometimes ultrasound may be enough instead of a CT scan. By being careful, we can actually help your kidneys dramatically and keep them safe and still use modern technology. Now, number 1, laxative overuse. That is very common too. Many people use laxatives when they have constipation. It's a quick fix, right? Well, this can happen because of the problems and things like diabetic neuropathy. Actually, a lot of diabetics will have constipation because of diabetes itself, but also medications they take like Ozempic or Mounjaro. Now, using too many laxatives at the end can be bad for your kidneys. Why? Because they can cause dehydration, which means losing too much water. This will upset the balance of salts in the body. So when this happens, kidneys have to work harder. Now, over time, it will hurt them. It is better to find other ways to help with constipation. This keeps your kidneys safe. Some laxatives can cause kidney crystals even. They have things like sodium phosphate in them. These sodium phosphate can turn into crystals in the kidneys. Crystals can become kidney stones sometimes. Now, stones hurt, and they can actually block the urinary tract. Now, blocking the passages, meaning your ureters, with stones will also damage your kidneys. So please use these things sparingly. Now, in summary, many common medicines can be super risky for your kidneys, like NSAIDs we talked about, that reduces the flow to your kidneys, and it will cause long-term problems, especially if you have kidney disease or diabetes at baseline. Antibiotics are good for fighting real infections, but can harm your kidneys if used too long, and it can kill the healthy bacteria in your gut. Proton pump inhibitors, also we discussed, is used for acid reflux. Again, they can mess with your gut balance, also affect the nutrient absorption, and can cause kidney problems, real kidney problems like interstitial cystitis. Now, imaging studies also have a place, but they use contrast a lot, and this can hurt kidneys, and we talked about how to prevent that damage. We said overusing laxatives can make you dehydrated as well, and it will unbalance electrolytes. Again, it's going to stress your kidneys, so do not overuse them. Now, knowing these risks help you now, right? So that you can use these medicines only necessary, when necessary, and very wisely. This can help our kidneys keep running, right? Now, there are some cancers and HIV drugs and stuff like that that can cause kidney problems, but this information in today's video is more about the common medicines that most people use. Now, here's a bonus info for you. Metformin and kidney health, right? Everybody asks about that. Metformin is a widely used medication for managing type 2 diabetes, as you know, and it is effective for most people, but there are a lot of issues with it. It is important to note that for some people, metformin can be damaging to the kidneys, particularly if there is an existing kidney impairment. In these cases, it may be really wise to explore alternative options. Two such alternatives are berberine and dihydroberberine. Both have shown potential in managing blood sugar levels without the adverse effects on kidney function. Now, these are not FDA-approved treatments, so you may want to discuss with your functional medicine or holistic medicine doctor to see if you can switch or not about, changing metformin to these herbal supplements. It is crucial to discuss the alternatives, right? Always. Even if your doctor is not a holistic medicine doctor, maybe educate them, ask them to look into it. Now, taking a holistic approach to kidney health can really complement the traditional treatments. I'm not against traditional treatments or conventional treatments, but I think you will fly better if you had two wings, right? So that's why I always offer my diabetic patients with kidney problems or neuropathy, alpha-lipoic acid, for example. It is known for its antioxidant properties. It will reduce the oxidative stress in the body, and it's going to reduce the burden on your kidneys. Benfotiamine, I always talk about. It's a derivative of B1. It is another supplement that may offer protective benefits for kidney health. Actually, in Europe, they are using this as a medicine. In the US, it is just a supplement. So that's why doctors don't know about it, right? Another thing is the active form of vitamin D is super essential for kidney health. Now, many people with kidney issues require more vitamin D, and more of anything actually. Vitamin D plays a crucial role in maintaining bone strength and overall mineral balance in the body. Ensuring adequate vitamin D levels can support the kidney's ability to regulate these functions. Also, vitamin B complex that includes B6, B12, and folic acid can significantly impact and help the anemia and also improve the nerve health, two areas often affected in people with kidney problems. Now, these B vitamins are vital for production of red blood cells and maintenance of nerve function, so helping to really reduce some complications associated with kidney problems. Probiotics also play a huge role in supporting kidney health by promoting the gut health, because there is a direct connection between your gut and your kidneys that will reduce the inflammation when you have healthy gut. By improving these holistic options into your well-rounded health plan, I would say you all can take a proactive steps towards preserving your kidney health and hopefully never need dialysis. And if you want to learn more about how to protect your kidneys, watch these 8 hidden causes of kidney failure among diabetics.